Abusia, finally, the amount for bebre air can say dear, the true colors of the umbrella no, or when you know who are, and yasank to a sound so, and or more chess, oh, she should be our hypocrites now, will call now Ushia and these leaders there now was sign because or more, and the real definition of hypocrite and yasank to a. Ninyi said 2024 elections, before elections, no, somewhere around 2022, 2023. And the then NPP government, leaders be a womb, suggest true defense minister, say, Ghana, a private jet, on mampeni use na ya dare say, private jets no, abon homodin ye pa ya juma. Now, so say, dear, Kamia said, now who are the aba for my was say, Anki, here new one, said the bear, a year on mampeni, to coin, call other part of the world. Enye stress anase enkonkofa emergency anase oyeni biano embro Ghana. Now after sa conversation we na NDC amanyuko leaders bi ewom sa so na omo a omo ye MPs ema NDC amanyuko no parliament ba bonten ebe condemn ya na omo chese ohwe aeroplane no current the current condition ya dey say in good condition na ebetimi use for na asa na ado dan kwa kufa ebetimi use e dey tu kwan akọ oman bi omupem ti omo dey na omo real anase omo final decision ye say omo ntiase emma yenkonkoto private jet bia ensambre oman Ghana na omo factor in say oman no dey say your problems be private jet enye problem I was say ye tiska twitwiri die ekokoto private jet. Now so 2025 year we see about beto abonten say NDC amanyoku a na before elections omo claim say enya de say omo bete ase amanyakoto a new private jet. Finally omo ba abonten a omo suggest say e was say yenya private jet foforo edema omampani said the bear omampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama tu kwan a obetimi atu kwan safely na wasan so akwaba comfortably no and old videos bi amanfo bi to say Samuel Okudzeto ablakwamo ene omo a as at that time na omo ye communication officers ema NDC amanyuko ne sema hodo a omo kan no abusia amanfo akwa video ni nyina ba enya asenketo na no ena one NDC communicator ekopie mu ewo one of the TV stations interview about this new private jet hu asem NDC minister no abusia audience ano mo ho de omakwa akogu nanim asepoto na enya asanketo because ensema hodo a omokan in opposition ni nyina no amanfo enya adaje akokopuli ni nyina ba enya asanketo akohwe communicator anim a ode to eni se bia ensem na amanfo kan aboni pusana na anu adi yipa emorem yenkohwe video no se de na ensem ni nyina na ekoso no na memma remfi so se obe subscribe na afen so wache wadwen comment section hono se Ghana as at this point here you will me see here new private jet and now say here new private jet me hu adwenkyere comment section hono yemborem ni enkotie ho asem nyina.
NDC treated former President Nanado as though his life didn't matter. Broja Jemfi, my XYZ online, he said, "We will treat you like MPP MPs if you support purchase of new presidential jets." That was what he told his MPs then when they were in minority. And when I saw your flyer that Honorable Lenchini was also appearing on this program to talk about presidential jet, I said, did he look at the topic? Because, Honorable, this is you, captured on City, June 20, 2021. Our presidential jet offers better security and safety than a private jet.
That is true.
Tobu. And this is a quotation. A retired police officer, a member of parliament.
Read the headline.
No, let me. There's a place I'm interested in. Parliament for Wawes, Peter Lanchini Tobu, insists that the Minister of Defense, Dominic Nitiwu's justification for non-use of presidential jet for the president's recent travel holds no water. So there's nothing you say today that will hold water for me. Again, lastly,
are you not concluding on the matter?
No, I've already concluded based on what he ever said. You see, the NDC, some of the NDC members of parliament and ministers have no right to even start this discussion at all. They have no right at all. This is Honorable Ablakwa, 15th December 2021. A government which claims to be facing one of the most difficult economic challenges of the modern era and for which it seeks to railroad an obnoxious and regressive e-levy, should not be holding consultation for the purchase of a new presidential jet. We shall frustrate these two, consistent with the Akufo-Addo doctrine of priorities, as contained in the February Parliamentary Hansard of 15th February 2000. I want to know whether they've been able to solve every problem, whether they've paid the teachers, they've paid nurses, whether everything is in order for them to begin to discuss a purchase of presidential jet. We will resist it, just as they said. The key word that was flying all over was that the jet was in pristine condition. It is still pristine. President Mahama should use it.
But you've just been told by the minister that it's not in pristine.
I'm not listening to him.
Then when we should hear from the lady.
I know, but he's saying,
when the then defense minister Dominic Niku was explaining, they had none of that. They said that we should still use it. And remember, Honorable Blackwell even said that it has 2 engines. If one fails, the other 3 engines, right? If 1 or 2 fails, still the other one can carry. So meaning President Nanado's life didn't matter.
Right.
He should sit in one flight powered by 1 engine. Even if this one is leaking.
The plane was perfect. It was flying well.
So let me hear from you.
Look, Mamika Samunchi.
MPP is not changing your
Listen, we are not buying them. Nobody. Nanwe wana kufa bayo. See,
then that is the politics.
But it is politics. You think we'll stop the politics?
But why are you doing politics with the national area for the president?
We will not do politics.
Why you don't have to do politics?
Ghana bought a plane for the first time in 1974. Jerry John Rawlings, his soul rest in peace, was a flight lieutenant. Why didn't he buy a plane and during his reign? Rawlings did not buy a plane. You see, when you see NDC, look at their ideologies and their thinking and where they are coming from. Not just today. You guys have never believed in all these things. You think that MPP are the affluent ones and the Nanado ones who power. Hold on, let me, my brother, let me speak, please. Listen. Rawlings never bought a plane for 20 years. Then, in the latter years, they did something that President Kufuor said, look, this thing is shrouded in secret. He didn't even go to Parliament. I will not fly those planes. So when he came in 2001, he sold those planes. Then at his end of his tenure, he ordered 2 planes, right? The now Falcon 900 and an Airbus, a bigger one. So President Kufuor was like, look, let's put the Ghana presidency where it should be. Because there were times when they would go to Libya and Gaddafi would give them a plane to come. Or President Obasanjo would give President Kufuor a lift to Ghana. When they go to international travels, the Nigerian president would give President Kufuor a lift to Ghana, then go to Nigeria. It was embarrassing. So President Kufuor was like, look, let's give a befitting legacy to the presidency of Ghana. So he ordered 2 planes, a Falcon for short flights, and the Airbus, the bigger plane for international long-distance travel, which can carry the bigger press corps and people like what the Americans have. He ordered it. Guess what happens? President Atta came, the NDC now cancelled the bigger one and only left with the Falcon. So, yes, that's the truth. Yeah. Atta cancelled it. So let's let the youth who are now listening to some of these conversations understand where the NDC.
Are you not mindful of the cost?
Let's educate.
As though there's no cost.
It's more expensive for you to go and take a flight than to have your
Let's educate the Ghanaians. When the NDC today tried to talk about buying a plane, they've never believed in buying any plane. Till they should stick, like my brother said, there should be an apology from Ablakwa in the first before we even start this conversation. Listen, when the President Kufuor, in his mindset, I'm leaving, but let's put, mistakes have been done in the past. Rawlings made big mistakes. Mistakes have been done. President Kufuor admitted I've not done well, but let's put Ghana presidency where it is. Order 2 planes, Falcon and the Airbus. Atanos came, the NDC made all this noise. The first thing Atanos did when he came was to cancel the Airbus. So we are now left with just the Falcon. And the Falcon 900 is a smaller plane, which now does all these international travels that it's not supposed to. So it does all those travels. And today, when Nanado came, he's like, look, this plane has a problem. Let's try and get a new one. You heard all the oppositions and all the politics that the NDC did. We are going to stick with the Falcon or commercial flight for presidents, period. Nobody. If the NDC wants to roll with the supermajority and buy a new plane and approve it, that's their own problem. Ghanaians voted them supermajority to come in and increase 4 by 1 cedi, to come in and buy a lavish airplane. That's their own business. We MPP will not support the purchase of any plane until, like my brother said, there is an apology. No, until you admit to Ghanaians that you did unnecessary politics with the plane. You see, all these private
you had the majority in parliament.
No, that's fine. We did it. Listen, we wanted to bring everybody along. They opposed it. What I'm telling you today is that all these
had the majority.
all these private society, all these businessmen coming out to say, look, Qatar. You know, the American president, the Air Force One is 35 years old. Qatar felt that the American president cannot have a 35. They've donated a new plane to Qatar. So the business community who are advocating should come together and donate a new plane.
Let me just go online.
Now, as a member can be a channel referee. Into a BB. So it's unfortunate, but all the same, no, the new man to talk him. The American General Secretary say, "Be oh yeah, they be a party then we nyama from the other from. If from no kasana your friend, you all can say still a new general do discipline committee. That would be the best, because party will be any. This one for now come discipline committee as no suspended now. Or because one for now the due process. Into we know we are need the offer due process. Into someone discipline committee need the basse. Any pass mercy. Ni why don't find this in here. It begin no so that punishment we are wide more be the more.
Yes. Into utia or say bibi say but oka discipline or say intim oka some ni bi kire na na ase na refi. So intim refi MPP party no egu ana. They don't have other leaders. They don't have other men. Again, I see these things are very recommended. Yes, whether they recommend for sanity to prevail or they will endorse the insanity to continue. The insanity from happening, or they will let the insanity continue. Most more reorganization, but some more torn party, the more branded Toma Manfo. I walk or 20 with Joma and a man so may be like Mamma so and Mamma Chief. O Cotande, a man crofwa. Banjia, aso Diana had a cotton. Party na so die because of indiscipline. And it's sad. O ye, and I could buy him come and tips and say, O Croya, as a money power. Be cancer channel leaders nin krofo ben yi o mani ma anya camp on busu ye then I work can say as acting national chairman in your kind
amongst the party share was that any who can say what can be say any who can say any pe binim timi yi o mani mpefe baby o mugina eba flag bearership contest no mokai say any who can say any pe binim e wo party some positions bi o mo wonti o mutimi down mo ho adi say o mo ha ana o mo nia mo kan sa de no
say omo be jina na say
omo tie eye obiachi in terms of akansi ebeba so January 31 no. Were you specific on certain individuals within the party and certain people with certain positions any kwans of me to an
media assassin na me ka say satem krana me master team no onko ahomjiem and me ka say yem fan to say regional officers, constituency officers ma ubia nye open campaign mo ubia o support ubia fine but any MPs no because lusu kasi the family no inti ma ubia nko declare ma ubia nko di ubia chi o dey support na me ni problem o be wa kwa campaign mana na nye open campaigns o ko gina platforms so na menya akwanya to say na me campaign mo obi no a me ni problem but me kind na embalance Inti chino na me bas okay. Sisi your party communicators. I want to communicate my party no. Omo so kwa no mo kwa campaign mo bia no de enye possible to wa we unim so your party communicator. So what register your constituency. So what national. So call radio so say dey mabasui. Now me be say we na ekwa na we na me support you be sanctioned. Me the letter the Bible thing. But from there me say sanity abas system.
Sanity. What I am piano or moto to momo.
I know I am piano moto to momo saying. Say, ubi there to you na say,
Omo etu money omo.
Aspirant.
Yeah.
Aspirant say no one transi. Several occasions. And elders also at committee via omo day-to-day activities omo monitor. Into be abaya day via you know, they will call you. In the same way, we be na me who be an young player who came. No more, you're not about part of social media. We are main call. And now elders and call. See who are your friend back row. Because you're not much transi. And what you know, Nanado, Dankwa, Agufado. And also, Sabine Yansen Muno, or Freye, or near transi. Aspirants in our kind of home. Because I say, or some will be young or be myself. Obia could do be attempt to be the supporters did a chinkasa. Send your bayas, your 2 year a day and Nipa could be winning. So we knew we were saying now, so you come together and you move party forward. In his own comma, got to try up here to say, okay, and how could he do be attempt? That's Nipano, Nipana could win now, will be winning. Obey then walk home. So Nipanos will win, you walk to your money, obey that friends of Macao. This other money now was it true.
Yes, you can clear this woman. I make a tear some more can he or can answer a beam one. How come? Who born dog? Ain't in a way MP Cranom said that the party sponsors you on the ticket of the political party. Who born dog will say party and Shamara or some to a beanie, so just as a beanie so. They don't respect him. And that's always the thing I've said about the MPP. Leaders no. Form then the DC no so almost so betra na insanity wa akoso a ntena so ntena se why one contest me say no information am for the man on videos ni say bi okra say na me hu be time follow ni nti too much and the disciplinary committee of the MPP should restore sanity. Omo committee ni so no so omo koye kwasa kansembia na no so kwagigua. You are destroying the party. And now me catch yourself papa no. Yes, here see I said it on this platform. The video is there ko he. But say enya sa akra na how you address the man. Me no me say kan enya sembia na nipa respond you. Say me even me YouTube kakra me can't respond to every comment. It's not possible. You see, and especially when you see and there's also a part then crowd Anna on a communication that. But where they you see, Abronya the Nana name he's a regional chairman. For Christ's sake, a regional chairman. You have about 12 constituencies. MPP can be there. I know and some form of platform is Mabeka. But you see, he represents a constituency. A regional chairman represents an entire region. You see, so I alarm and I feel they need to make an example of him. And now I was very surprised to pay MPP party issue a statement to condemn comment or kind for Dr. I was very surprised. Papa Koke can slip comment about Bamiano. They issue a statement. As I was saying it and share from why hasn't the MPP issued a statement to this one? Me who educate me. Me no issue. Who educate me. You see, say na moya, I'm for bedroom